I'm Bill Florescu, the General Director of the Florentine Opera and also the Stage Director for our new production of the Magic Flute. I'm very excited to be directing the show. This, for the Florentine, is in some ways the first ever all-Florentine production. And what I mean by that is that all of the creative processes that you're seeing, staging, lighting, direction, music, costumes are all created by and for the Florentine Opera. Joe Rashino, our longtime conductor, is obviously conducting the orchestra. I'm the stage director. Noel Stolmack, our director of production, design and production, is doing both the set design and the lighting design. And a wonderful costume designer from Ann Arbor, Christiane Myers, is designing the costumes. And we met, gosh, over a year ago now to talk about what the concept for the show would be. And we're very excited about it. It can be daunting when you think about directing a masterpiece like the Magic Flute, and you ask yourself, what new can I bring to it, or how should we do it? And so we approached that with the idea of it being a timeless masterpiece, so that the setting for it and how you see it is in its own way timeless. The set is very beautiful, but very has a lot of angles that sort of corresponds nicely with the way Mozart's music is written. The costumes speak of a timelessness. Some of them look somewhat contemporary, some of them look classic. And so you're really able to concentrate on the characters. In this production, we haven't gone really heavy into the whole Masonic aspect of the Magic Flute, which is a big part of it, but we have sort of tried to highlight the idea of wisdom, enlightenment, all the good things about the Magic Flute, and downplaying the bad guys are bad, but you don't think that they get blown up or anything. They just sort of slink away back into the dungeons from which they've come. So it's a way to sort of highlight what makes the piece timeless. And it's a wonderful thing about Mozart that even though this piece was written for regular people, and what I mean by that, as opposed to an Italian for the court, which a lot of Mozart's operas were written, this opera was written for a much more popular theater, hence it has spoken dialogue. It was written in the vernacular German, as opposed to a lot of the court operas that Mozart wrote, which were written in Italian. And we're sort of taking our cue from that, and we're also doing it in English, in the language of our people, and a wonderful translation by Andrew Porter, the great English music critic and longtime writer for the New Yorker magazine. So we think that we're hitting what the universal appeal of the piece is, while at the same time making it very accessible. And we're also, in the same way that the theater that this piece was written for made use of all sorts of bells and whistles of the time in the 18th century, we're using some of the technology that we have at our disposal now, projections and also very interesting lighting effects, to come up with what you're going to be seeing. So we have a wonderful young cast of some making their debut with the Florentine, some coming back, but a very fresh-faced, very good singing cast as well as good acting cast, and I think everyone is in for a real treat, and I hope that everyone comes out and sees this production, seeing the light of the day for the first time, very much in the same way that Mozart's audience back in right of the year of his death would have seen this opera for the first time. It's going to see the light of day in a new production. So please come and join us at the Florentine Opera on April 17th, 18th, and 19th. Thanks.
Will you stay with me forever?
Yes, I'll stay with you forever.
Now at last we'll be together.
Two little lovebirds of one feather.
Yes, now at last we'll be